go ahead to Kingsley. Kingsley's with Seven Seas Cruising Association and has done some lobbying in Florida in his career in the past. So he's kind of our resident expert on how to approach these meetings and how to conduct ourselves in these meetings. And then I think when Kingsley's done, I have a couple of more just comments to share. But go ahead, Kingsley, when you're ready.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you all for being here and being willing to meet with legislators. These meetings should be very brief. We're assuming you're actually going to meet with the legislator. It's possible that you'll be asked because the legislator's schedule has changed to meet with a staffer. If that happens, that's the way it happens, and do your best to explain what our issues are and why we're concerned about any other legislation coming through that would, in effect, restrict our ability to anchor and navigate safely. Obviously, it's going to begin by small talk, who you are, where in your county or his district you have or her district you happen to be living. There may be some, you may know these people personally or somebody in the office personally. Take advantage of all that. Do what you can to establish the bonds that CJ was talking about. And as CJ has said, thank them for their work. Let them know we're going to be part of the solution. We will have a one-page handout for you that you can present to that person. CJ's PowerPoint will be something we can leave behind because these guys are busy and they don't take in that much information. They're as much interested in you as they are in what you're saying. So take advantage of that. Give them a brief amount of information. Be as personal as you can. If you have stories which focus on some of the issues related to anchoring, then tell them those stories. Where I do it when I meet with them to give them some perspective, I generally say we move as fast as a riding lawnmower. And I give them an example that if an anchorage is denied, we have to go 10 miles down the road. We're looking at an hour and a half, not 15 minutes. I try to make those as real as possible because most of these guys don't have a clue as to and women don't have a clue to what we're experiencing and the limitations of our vessels. They don't have an idea what it's like to travel at night and the difficulty on the intercoastal waterway of identifying lockers and all of that. So what you're trying to do is impress upon them with these stories some of the realities that they're not aware of. Listen to what they have to say. Ask them what kinds of complaints they may be getting from their constituents related to boating. And take notes so you can brief us after it's over as to what their biggest issues are. It may not be any of the things that we've outlined. It may be that they've got a cluster of boaters or businesses that are trying to take advantage of the boating situation and shouldn't be there, that we ran into in Miami this past session. So you're basically going to have to play it by ear, keep it as smooth as you can in terms of how it's presented and what you're doing. They're just normal people. They're just not well educated about everything they have to represent us on. And they do want to do the right thing, particularly for their constituents, and that's who you are. So they're going to be very interested in what you have to say. And it's very important when you wind up this meeting, find out who they want you to work with on their staff. They're going to turn to that staff person and say, you know, what are the organizations I met with earlier this fall? Think about this, and we will be there to tell them that in advance. We'll if we can be, Our lobbyists will be there doing the same thing. So it's important to know that individual and who it is. And then as you're leaving, obviously you're going to thank them. You're going to leave our contact information, and you're going to try to meet with that person or say hello. Just step in and say, hi, I'm Kingsley Ross. I just want you to know who I am. I'm going to leave you some information about voting issues in Florida that we're concerned about. And I just want you to know that when you have an issue like that, we'll be available to answer any questions you may have. So that's really it. It's just a very easygoing meeting. It shouldn't be contentious. It should be pleasant. And you just basically, in a very brief period of time, present what we need to have happen, which is basically no further changes to the statutes. It's covered. We're making strong progress on the derelict boats. Counties around the state are beginning to implement or have implemented the anchoring limitation areas. And we've got the solution. So they need to be able to tell their constituents who are complaining that there are solutions to what's going on.